Hey guys, MegaTimHo here again, and today I'll be doing a tutorial on how I've been magnetizing my arms on my Killa Kans, specifically in the ball and socket joint that are on these models. Anyway, I got this request from Bad ADJ who always comments on my videos over at Mini Wargaming. So yeah, I figured it would be a lot easier to show someone how to do this rather than try to write it down and explain it. So I got a Killa Kan body done up, just the main core pieces. I don't even have the engine thing in the back, and I got one of the arms with the ball joint on it. This is another Grotzuka, which I also got together, but I really don't need that piece. I just need this piece. So we're going to be magnetizing this piece into this piece. Okay? So, what else do I have? I need magnets. So I got a whole pack of magnets here from Mini Wargaming I got a long time ago. You're going to need a drill. I'm going to use an electric variable speed drill. There's also little hand manual drills you can use. They're probably a lot better and safer. Depending on your age, you might have to get an adult to help you with this, but don't use a non-variable speed drill because you'll end up hurting yourself. Also, you will need a set of drill bits. You can get these at like any hardware store. You don't have to get anything this excessive. Basically, I'll be using these ones, which are the wood plastic drill bits. So first things first, we will drill the hole in the side of the body. For this, you just use the drill bit size of whatever kind of magnet you want to use. So I'm just going on the back of these magnets. That's upside down. It says for vehicle, weapons, and accessories, we want to use a 3/16 magnet or by 1/16 magnet. So it says that for vehicles and monstrous creature limbs. You can also use, it also says 1/8 by 1/16 magnet for 15mm scale tanks and vehicles. This guide's pretty good. Again, just go by what you're magnetizing, how much weight you want to carry off it, and how big it is, and I guess how many of each type of magnet you have kicking around. I have a lot of these ones, so I'm going to get a couple of them out. You gotta pay special attention to the polarization of the magnet. To anybody who doesn't know, magnets only really work one way. They repel one way and attract the other way to each other. So if you want to use this for multiple models, which I'm doing, so I'm going to use it for multiple Killa Kans, you want to make sure that these magnets are in the same position as the other ones. I'll get a little bit more into that later, but the other ones on the other models, that is. So anyway, yeah, I digress. So these are 3/16 magnets, so they're pretty strong. I will be using a 3/16 drill bit. So we'll put that into our drill. Make sure it's good and tight. There we go. Sorry if this gets a little loud for anybody. And bear with me, I'm going to try to do it on camera. I've never done this not right in front of my face before, but anyway. And the most important part is you gotta get the drill up to speed before you go into the plastic. If you just hold it right on, it'll kind of scoot around and mess everything up. So basically I'm drilling right into the body until we get rid of almost all of the plastic in that joint. There we go. So you can see right into there. The reason why I do that is because you want the magnet to go in really deep, so you can't, I guess, see it once the other arm is attached. So what we do now is we'll take an existing model I have that's magnetized. This guy's not attached to his base, so put that aside. So he already has a magnet in there, so we want the magnet that I'm going to put in this body to be the same position as that magnet as far as the polarization of it. So basically I find out which way. I don't need that part, I need this part. This is the arm. I find out which end sticks to this arm, which will be that way. Hopefully you can see that. And that's the way we want to put it in. So this arm will also stick onto this body at the end of the day. So it's very easy to mess this up, so just be careful with this part, because you'll be kicking yourself later. So we use some super glue. I guess that wasn't in my what you need thing at the beginning, but everyone who plays this game should have super glue kicking around. Well, I guess there's not really metal models anymore, so maybe you don't. Anyway, I got my correctly polarized magnet, and I just stick it in the hole, and preferably use something like the edge end of a paintbrush or something to maneuver it, because anything that's metal, remember, will stick to this. And you kind of just, it doesn't matter if it's perfectly straight, it'll grab it anyway and no one's going to see this, but you want to get as much of the exposed disc to the surface as you can. So I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, we'll let that set up for a little while. Meanwhile, we'll go do the hard part. So we got our other magnet, and what we're going to do with this is we have to get it polarized so it will be in the same position as this magnet. Now we could just make sure it sticks to this magnet in here, but once you put it in there it's kind of hard to get out because there's nothing to grip around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it to this one. It sticks like that. So all I know is this face of the magnet is the one I want sticking out of the ball socket joint. It might be a good idea to keep like a permanent marker, and I normally do, to mark which end you want sticking out, but anyway, I don't have that here, unfortunately. So I'd say the key part of this one is to drill on the ball side of the ball and joint socket. You have to drill a pilot hole. Pilot hole means just basically a smaller hole, but before you drill the bigger hole. I've messed up a few of these joints by not doing this, so I would say you want to do it so you don't mess up your model. So I got the arm here. You decide which orientation is the outside. I'd say that this side is the outside, so I want to drill on the opposite side. Also, you kind of go with your model to figure out what kind of orientation you want the arm at. Now preferably your model is more put together than mine is right now, but I'm putting all the other Killa Kans kind of out and twisted slightly up. So I'm going to say somewhere in here is where I want the magnet to go. So I take my drill and I drill my pilot hole, and hopefully this goes well. Okay, so we got a little pilot hole started. Clean all the pieces of plastic out of there. I don't know if that's, you can see that well or not, but I basically just drilled out the side of it. And then we go from our pilot hole size drill bit to our 3/16 drill bit, or whatever magnet you're using at the time. Okay. I'd say this one's better to just put the drill right on it and then start it up, because basically it's so small you can pin it like against your mat and make sure it doesn't move. Other ones is kind of difficult. So anyway, little two different flavors there for what you do. Anyway, so that is what it should kind of look like, and that's kind of a, hopefully you can see that, that's kind of like a pit in the ball joint, and that's where we would glue our magnet. So this is the magnet. Again, I had it tested the polarity beforehand, so I'm just double checking that there. So we take a little bit of super glue, put it in the crevice, put our magnet in there, make sure it's kind of oriented so it'll pick up the face of the other one. And we'll let that dry up. And hopefully those two will stick together. So we'll let that glue dry and we'll test her out. Alright, and we're back. The glue has dried, and now test it out. So we got the arm bit, we got the body bit, and they actually fit together. So that's good. You'll notice that it goes rather deep in there, so you really can't see the magnet. And another good thing about these particular models is they have big shoulder pads, so that hide any kind of imperfections too. And if we've done this right, this other arm over here should also fit, and it does. And this arm should also magnetize to this model, and it does. So now that I look at it, it's on this model, it's going to be a bit of a challenge putting the Grotzuka on the end of that and making it look normal-ish. But this is why I'd say save this step till your guys almost all put together. Don't just do it kind of in pieces like I've been doing it. But yeah, magnetizing can help a lot with storage. It makes it a lot easier to store the models, options on the models. These guys can have a whole bunch of things, flamers, rocket launchers, these things. So it's pretty good, and if you have a bunch of models that can take different stuff, it's good to magnetize them. So I'm going to get to working on this and also magnetizing normal size models, so maybe I'll do a magnetizing thing on that. Let me know if this helps you. Let me know if you have any questions about what I did. This can be used on, I know all the Orc mechs have these ball and socket joints. I don't think Dreadnoughts or anything like that does, but I know other things like War Machine models and I don't know, other miniature models might. So this kind of theory will work. So hopefully that helped, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.